Hello, hello, my lovely people. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I want to come on here and answer someone's question about they're interested in becoming a notary public. I am a commissioned notary in the state of North Carolina. It all depends on the state that you are commissioned in, about how much you can charge and what all you can and cannot do. So that's very important if you're thinking about becoming a notary public, is to find out that information. In North Carolina, you have to go to the Secretary of State, type in notary public, and you go down the list of trying to find out as much information as possible. If you're not good tech savvy, you can always call the Secretary of State's phone number and get a live representative on the phone to ask questions about becoming a notary public. But in North Carolina, that's the steps to becoming a notary public. I also want to put out there that this is a service-based business. This is a service-based service, okay? Meaning that you can't say, or you can do what you want to do, but you can't necessarily be like, okay, I only want to work from 1 to 5. If you don't have anyone contacting you between 1 and 5, you're not going to be successful, or as successful as someone who maybe open themselves up between 9 and 5, 7 and 5, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So just be mindful of that before you start, getting into someone's training, someone's mentorship, or what have may be. I understand people want to know as much as they possibly can learn about this profession, but it's really not that complicated. Just knowing what you can and cannot do in your state, what you can and cannot charge in your state, and stay out of these Facebook groups, or at least find someone in a Facebook group who is always willing to share information without making you feel like you're dumber than dumb. Because when you don't know, you just don't know. It's not that you're not educated. It's just that you don't know what you don't know. And sometimes the information can be very misleading, because one person might say you can, 10 people might say you can't, and then you get that one person say, well, do whatever. So you're like, well, what is it? So it's always best to at least try to, in my opinion, if you do decide to stay in those Facebook groups, try to find someone who is always very reassuring in their answers. And maybe sometimes you can maybe DM them, not overload. Maybe ask them a few questions offline, outside. Just ask them, okay, I understand you respond this way, can I DM you? However you want to spill your approach, it doesn't matter to me. You can even contact me if you're in North Carolina, you have questions about what you can and cannot charge. Because the thing about it is, when you start putting stuff out on the internet, you do have people who want to voice their opinions about what you can and cannot do. This law states that law states this statute states that statute states this. And we all know that sometimes it can be all over the place, right? So that's the number one thing if you do want to become a notary public. Now, loan signing is a whole nother beast, right? Loan signing, you're going to be doing a lot of traveling. And you do need to be accessible and available to travel, because like I say again, this is a service-based business. So if your area only have signers that mainly have corporate jobs, that they only are available on the weekends, or they travel, or they move a certain kind of way, they do things a certain kind of way, you need to understand you might have to adjust the way you set yourself up to do loan closing or loan signings, okay? Every area is different. I know there was a time in my notary profession, I've been doing this for 5 years, that I was getting a lot of signings for early in the morning, because a lot of doctors were needing to sign before they went to surgery or to the hospital or whatnot. And that was very interesting, because I was available to do that. Now it's vice versa. I'm having a lot of after 5, after 6, after 7, after 8, even after 9 o'clock requests for closings. And of course I'm going to do that, because if I don't have anything between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., that means I'm not making any money. No one's calling me for general notary work. No, I don't have any loan closing scheduled. So yeah, I'm going to take those closing, because I need to meet my quota. I need to pay my bills, okay? So just know that that's the real of the real. In this profession, notary work, you can put a sign outside your door saying that you do general notary work, but just know that when you are accepting those assignments for general notary work, that you understand what you need to ask these people on the phone, like for real, like what you need to ask them people. Do they have a valid ID? You need to get good at customer service, good at asking questions, because if you don't, you're gonna find yourself getting, I ain't gonna say hoodwinked, because people gonna try to run game on you over and over again. If you want me to make more and more information, just always follow me on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel where I go in depth about a lot more stuff than I do on TikTok. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. In regards to becoming a notary public, it depends on what state you're in, what you can and cannot do, and what you can and cannot charge. That's point blank. And everybody runs their business differently, okay? I might say I run my business that way. Other people might say they run their business this way. At the end of the day, it's your business. That's why a lot of people don't get on here and talk about this and talk about that, because at the end of the day, it's your business. You do what you want to do. Even if you feel like you don't have a business, you're providing a service, okay? So some plumbers might charge $75 to replace a pipe. Others plumbers might charge $125. It's according to who you want to go through. That really ain't regulated, but I'm just giving you an example of what you can charge. I mean, ways you can kind of put yourself, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that helps. If not, just let me know.